Reality TV is no reality TV without the Kardashians. In this video, we'll tell you why the Kardashians is better than ever. How did people respond to Kris showing Tristan Thompson love? We'll dig into the news that the lock of hair Kim got is fake. And when Kim Kardashian kissed Pete Davidson on SNL, she immediately felt a spark. Ready or not? Here we go. First up, why the Kardashians is better than Keeping Up with the Kardashians. A lot has changed since the Kardashians first entered the scene of reality TV and changed it forever. The world has become a much more hostile place. Or maybe we're just more aware of it now thanks to social media. But the contrast between their reality television and our bleak lives now looks more like a very well manicured middle finger than the escapism it once was. Watching these disgustingly rich people go about their surprisingly boring lives is verging on offensive, and the Kardashians had to slap on a new layer of polish over the elaborate nature of their reality TV personas. And yet, somehow it is more watchable than ever. These people are so wholly separated from public consciousness that they don't even understand how life works anymore, which is exactly why haters will say that the Kardashian-Jenner family is untalented. But if that were true, they would have never gotten where they most definitely are. Let's remember, there is nothing that gets past the edit bay without the approval of the Kardashians. Everything is orchestrated. They've just gotten better at hiding it. But aside from that, nothing much has changed. Their wealth may have multiplied. These are the same chaotic Kardashians that no one asked for in 2007. But we can't imagine a life without in 2022. Next, why are people comparing Ye's new girlfriend to Kim Kardashian? When Ye was first seen in public with his new girlfriend, Shani Jones, everyone had the exact same thought, that Ye found himself a Kim clone. Jones is a 24-year-old COO and Instagram influencer from Dover. But her most interesting feature is skin deep. Ye's new girlfriend is so strikingly similar to Kim, it would make you wonder whether that really isn't Kim. Jones has a voluptuous physique uncannily similar to Kim, which is even more accentuated with her obvious taste in the same style of clothing and accessories. And men, she's the physical representation of one of those starter packs Kim Kardashian edition. Half the time, Joan looks more like Kim than Kim in these days. But unlike Kim, Joan seems to be a true self-made woman. She had some influence on creating Atlanta's first state behavioral health in November 2021, where she is currently COO. And it's also where she's working on her master's degree in counseling. Can't fault her there. It's certainly admirable stuff, but everything else is just a bit weird. Ye obviously has a type, but there's something about Jones that makes you wonder what is really going on. For now, they seem happy enough, and in the end, that is what is most important. Now, Kris Jenner faces backlash for publicly declaring her love for Tristan Thompson. On Mother's Day, Kris Jenner was showered with love, presents, and beautiful flowers. And with beautiful flowers, we mean grand floral bouquets. Most of these were from the men in her daughter's lives like Pete Davidson, Travis Barker, and Scott Disick. But there was one name that had got a few fans a bit confused. Tristan had sent her a bouquet of pink and white roses, to which Kris replied with a post with a picture of the flowers and the text, "Love you," and a heart emoji. Now, of course, it's nice of him to think of Jenner on Mother's Day, but for Kris to publicly show him such an affectionate reply goes far beyond what most people think he deserves after everything he put Khloe through, especially since Khloe had expressed how she was currently feeling about the situation on Twitter only days before, as she was watching herself speak so highly of Tristan months before the paternity scandal broke had made her feel uncomfortable, and rightly so. Keeping that in mind, Kris showing her love for Tristan is coming across as rather cold and thoughtless. Kris could have kept it civil and thanked him personally, but to post a picture of it seems unnecessarily hurtful. Khloe deserves better than that. Stay tuned for the next part of this video. As happy as we all are about Kourtney's engagement, fans can't help but be angry at Travis Barker for not inviting her children. And Kim Kardashian finally opens up about meeting Pete Davidson on SNL and their very first kiss. Let's dig in. But first, the lock of Marilyn Monroe that was gifted to Kim Kardashian is fake. Kim Kardashian has had mixed responses to her wearing the iconic dress that Marilyn Monroe wore during her Happy Birthday Mr. President president performance. Responses have been less confused about the lock of Marilyn Monroe's hair that was gifted to her by Ripley's Believe It or Not. Turns out the item isn't as valuable as Ripley's wanted to everyone to believe, because historian Scott Fortner has the receipts to prove it. According to Ripley's, the lock had been authenticated by University Archives founder John Resnikoff and claimed that it had been cut from Marilyn Monroe's head by hairstylist Robert Champion just before the Madison Square Garden performance for John F. Kennedy on May 19, 1962, only 3 months before her death. Except that Champion didn't style Monroe's hair for the JFK Gala. Fortner took to the internet to debunk the news that Kim had been gifted this rare item after Kim wore Monroe's dress to the Met Gala. It was Mr. Kenneth Battelle who had the honor of styling Marilyn Monroe's hair, as is documented by a receipt from Lily Daci Beauty Salon. When approached about the matter, representatives for Ripley's Believe It or Not and Resnikoff did not respond immediately. What do you see in a situation like this? Next up, Travis Barker blamed for children being excluded from proposal. When the episode where Travis Barker proposes to Kourtney Kardashian aired, fans instantly took to Reddit to express how they felt about Barker not including children in their mother's big day. He should have done it on a different day. If not, all the children could be present, because while Kourtney's children were left at home to watch TikToks of one of the most important moments of their mother's life, those TikToks included the children of Barker. The whole family had traveled north to Santa Barbara to join Kourtney except them and Scott Disick, but that was no surprise. Kourtney herself also admitted in the episode that she found it strange and hurtful that her children had not been asked to join the celebration. It would have made them feel more included, part of the surprise. Instead, they were all upset. Penelope instantly started crying when she heard the news over the phone. Rain shouted at Kourtney that it was exciting, showing distress as well. And Mason didn't even pick up the phone at all. Even if they don't really understand what it means when people get engaged, the only part that matters to the kids is that they were left out of something important. However, it was revealed that this was not to blame on Barker after all, but momager Kris Jenner. Clearly not one of her best ideas. And lastly, when Kim Kardashian kissed Pete Davidson on SNL. It's very possible that Kim Kardashian had feelings for Pete Davidson well before anyone was aware of anything, even Kim. In a new episode of the Dear Media's podcast, Not Skinny But Not Fat, with Amanda Hirsch, Kim spoke of the moment she met Davidson and the feeling she got when they first kissed. In case you didn't know, the rehearsals had been done with a Davidson stand-in. The kiss the whole world saw during the skit was actually their very first kiss, and dressed as Aladdin and Princess Jasmine as well. At the time, Kim was still raw from her breakup with Ye, trying to figure out the details of their divorce and co-parenting relationship. Still, when they kissed, Kim says she definitely felt a little zing. It had been 10 years since she had kissed anyone other than Ye, so at first she brushed it off and told herself that was why she was being so silly. It's nothing. But when the zing still hadn't dissipated after a few days, Kim decided it was time to put herself out there, and Davidson must have felt something similar. After asking around, he eventually got a hold of Kim's number and they went on a private date the same month. A little later, they were photographed on their first public date, and things have only gotten better for Kim ever since. And the fact that they closed out the red carpet at the Met Gala shows just how good. And that was it. Are you happy that we've entered a new era of the Kardashians, or do you think 20 seasons was more than enough? And what do you think about the unlikely pairing of Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian? Let us know in the comments, and thanks for watching.